Hello everyone, and as the bat flies across the screen, screeching, you'll see that you've returned to the Piouscraft server for another exciting episode on the Tobias and Pius YouTube channel. And I've logged back in here at the bottom of a ravine, all by myself, with 2 bits of steak. And let's explore this abandoned mine shaft, shall we? Oh, bats! Bats! Get out of here. So yes, I haven't done very much work off camera. Off camera, we turned some diamonds into this diamond sword I have. This is kind of not the most exciting treasure chest. Oh well, I'll take everything, just for the reality of it. I can still use that iron pick. I have an a diamond sword, and I'm still in the phase of using iron picks for everything, because I just haven't found any more diamonds than those 4 you guys saw me get last time. Maybe we'll get lucky right now. Rails. Well, I don't have any melon seeds yet, so that's actually a good thing. I'm not gonna... Well, you know what? Who am I kidding? I'm gonna take the whole thing. The iron for the minecart. Ooh, name tag. The iron for the minecarts is enough to make it worth taking the whole thing. And yeah, I don't have shears. I'm coming back for you later, Mr. Cobweb. So, yeah, the recording booth, otherwise known as the laundry room, is in use. So I'm out here in the open. At any moment, a wild band of screaming children could come through, or the cat could meow or something. So if you're hearing noises in the background, it's just normal noises at my house. It is New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everyone, and Merry Christmas if we didn't catch that before. I'm looking forward to this new year. We are moving back to Texas, the motherland, the land of milk and honey, where gas prices are not $4 a gallon, and milk does not cost $5 a gallon. And all the children laugh and play together peacefully. Maybe not that last bit, but we can hope, right? Ow! Speaking of which... Ooh, ooh. Got him. Lost a couple hearts, no big deal. Yeah, did I mention that I have no idea where I am? I just logged in down here. I recall that I was caving, but it was just like a you have nothing to do for 10 minutes, so why don't you play a little bit of Minecraft kind of caving session, and then I just logged out at the bottom of the ravine. Do you ever do that whenever you know that you've got a very limited amount of free time, and you think to yourself, this is just enough time to play Minecraft and get some random thing done real fast, and then I have to leave or whatever? Where was he hiding? This doesn't go anywhere. Did he fall from the ceiling? Sometimes these shafts do like that. Oh well, who knows? I don't know why I meticulously light everything up. I'm never coming back here again. It's this habit. And I know people who say, oh, you're a fool for putting the torches in the middle of the floor. You should always put the torches on the right-hand side of the tunnel. I don't know if you've ever heard people say that. Pardon me. You know what? It never matters whether I put torches on the right-hand side of the wall or not. I'm going to get lost. Like, there's no stopping it. Because these caving sessions mostly just turn into, when did you run out of food and have to tunnel your way back to the surface before you starve to death? That's really what my caving sessions are like. I could plan better. I could not dig gravel blocks right above my face. All of these things are possible. But I just go for it, and it usually works out okay. I played Minecraft long enough now that it's usually... there's not a situation other than straight up starvation that you can't solve, either by just placing blocks and waiting for the terrible creatures to leave you alone, or by avoiding obvious destruction, like not stepping in the lava and stuff like that. I definitely have not slept for days, so there's definitely going to be phantoms about. If and when I do return to the surface, that'll be the first thing that happens, is I'm greeted by Mr. Phantom. So we have that to look forward to. Grabbing up all this iron. What's my Y level? We're down to 38. It would be better to be lower than this, but this is potential for diamonds still. I was hoping to get a lot better stuff out of those chests, but I guess it's not my day. Another dead end. Well, this one isn't as big as I thought it was. I could always cheat and go into spectator mode and poke my head through the walls and see what's on the other side, but I could do poke holes, I guess. Sometimes that reveals a whole other passage. Yep. Voila. Cool. Oh, what's down here? I haven't found a spider spawner yet. Usually that's what keeps me out of these. Oh. You'll find the entrance like completely clogged with cobwebs, and it's like, nope, I'm not even messing with that. It ain't worth it. Of course, fire spread is on. I could always just like burn it down. That's the way I would do it in real life. Like, nope. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of not the best. Oh well. And now my inventory's full. That's the other thing that will eventually drive you to the surface. Full inventory. Nothing you can do except for make the hard decisions. One cobblestone. Yeah, I can spare one cobblestone. Oop. Uh-oh. Our friends live down there? Is that where everybody's growling at me from? No, all my delicious iron ore is falling down. No. Alright, I'll go down and get it. I'm not just gonna jump down there, because the welcome wagon is coming around. Hello. I see you. Let's grab that iron, and then I am straight up just gonna tunnel straight up. Oh, skilly rock. Stay still. Apologize if anyone just got frightened by that. I know I was. Yeah. Next time. Next time. Or actually, I should put my head out there. If that's open ravine, I'll be able to climb up. 3 hours later, still exploring the cavern. Ooh. Oh no, I really wanted that gunpowder. Oh well. Could never have enough iron. Like, even in games where it's completely post-scarcity, I still gather iron. There's no way I'm ever tempted to leave iron behind. Oh wait, found our way back. Since this torch is placed on that side of the wall, it clearly means it's this direction, right? No, okay. Alright. Oh, but now we've come completely full circle. I have no idea how I came to be here. Oh. No, that's down. I want to go up. I guess I could just go up. What am I standing around here? Oh. I did. I brought the ladders. In the first episode on this server, I turned all of my wood and sticks to make ladders with, and then I forgot to bring them down. This time my inventory's full, but my inventory's full of ladders. Makes me happy. Watch, there's going to be a creeper right here. Spooky noise. I don't know why they added those. Like, I understand that it's an interesting feature of the game, but at what point during game development do you ask yourself, like, okay, now, how creepy are we going to make it at random intervals that there's just eerie noises playing? And in the subtitles, it's going to be referred to as eerie noise. And people are just going to have to deal. Yeah, this is going to take forever. Rats. Just find a way to put, ouch, ladder on the edge, or you know what, nobody wants to watch this. We'll be right back. And we're back. I managed to chop away the remaining stone above my head, put up a bunch of ladders, and emerge somewhere over there in the farm pasture. So yeah, careful next time you're wandering in a field, you might fall down a hole that goes all the way down, but there's a ladder, don't worry. So I'm going to start cooking some of this stuff up and see what we got. Got some more lapis, which we needed, little gold, lots of rails, which aren't really what we needed right this second, but that's fine, they'll come in handy later. Hey, got this not so very exciting book. But there is a fishing pole around here somewhere that could use it, I guess. Anyway, so that was a little bit of a survival start to this episode, and once I kind of clean up this area and put away all my things, we'll go into creative and head on over to the Redstone Mesa. Be right back. And we're back. Flying over the majestic pink temple and on up to Redstone Butte. So, there's been some additions. Last time we talked about the EZT intersection and the minecart machine. And if you missed that video, go on and check it out. It's going to hopefully give you an idea that will help you in your survival world as well. Here's another couple of railcart related machines. And let's start with the llama launcher. This, you'll notice, is not super complicated. It's just a run up to a slime block launcher. A slime block pops out and launches the llama, or whatever, whoever, to approximately this height. Maybe one block taller than this, maybe, but this was reliable to get him to land on that. And yeah, let's check out the mechanics behind this. This powered rail doesn't actually have to be there. This could be a normal rail. The powered rail just helps demonstrate what's going on. This is the detector rail. It acts like a button, and when it activates, it sends a redstone signal through this one block into this redstone dust down here, and then into the repeater, which tells the piston, hey, whoopee, redstone signal, and then the piston goes off, sending our friend Mr. Llama on his merry way. Yeah, let's see it in action. Oh, this, by the way, is everything that you'll need to make this machine. These any two blocks, I like to use multicolors to mark different, if there's a special place that I need to pay attention to, especially if you're going up and down the various levels. It's easy to mark blocks. And then, yes, 4 furnaces, sticky piston slime block, 1 piece of redstone dust, and then here's the rails just like they're laid out. I'm just going to grab a minecart. Let's, who shall we send this time? It's the llama launcher. We have to launch a llama. That's the rules. See if I can get him in the minecart. Oh. Get in that minecart. Yeah. Of course it didn't work. Whee! And now he has no forward momentum, so he's just going to bounce up and down. See, it works. Proven. Now, I swear I didn't just spawn a llama up there. Let's see if we can... Get in the llama. Oh, he went the wrong way. One more try. Llama launcher. Ridiculous. Never mind. I'm getting in there. Nope, that didn't work either. Now I burst the box. Yeah, clean up all this junk. Get out of here, llama. You were no help. Whee! now we're up here with our friend the llama. Ooh, stacked right on top. See, I thought it could get a little bit higher. Looks like it could go a block higher if you're a block closer. Yeah, definitely taking a screenshot. This is intended game behavior. The developers had this very thing in mind when they developed Redstone. So, proof of concept here. It's so funny. But the llama launcher can be incorporated anywhere you need to quickly go up an elevation, but you don't want to just spam a bunch of these powered rails. You could shoot somebody up that fast with just the one powered rail, right? Just the one powered rail and sticky piston instead of, it would take how many? Let me turn my, it would take 1, 2, thank you server, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power rails to get you that far. So it's actually just as efficient in terms of the distance covered and the distance climbed, but it saved you like a whole fistful of gold and redstone there. Something to think about. I don't know how commonly you can find slime in your world, so if slime blocks are not a problem, I definitely recommend slime block piston elevators for everything, because it's just a fun thing to do on your server, and people are easily impressed by that sort of thing. You get these firing you over this way, you can turn it around, fire up again. It feels like you're a pinball in a pinball machine. The llama launcher. Majestic. We need a name for our llama. Now there's llamas all over Redstone Butte. Careful, they spit. Alright, the stop and go. I remember a time before Elytra when rails were really the only way to get around unless you were going by boat or by horse, but rails also, like, you can go AFK, come back 10 minutes later, and you're on the other side of the world. You know, you didn't have to worry about navigating. You just hop in the rail cart and off you go, right? Well, this is an old school stop and go. I guess it's like a railway station, right? Because you're AFK, you go grab a snack or something, you come back, and you've been stopped at the place you wanted to stop, and you're just kind of like, you're able to continue on when you come back, but you didn't accidentally go the extra 8,000 blocks because somebody, you know, sent you a text message or whatever that you had to pay attention to. Now you come back later and you're so far away from where you had intended to be, and you're twice as far from your base as you had intended to be. But this little stop and go thing is it's just super simple. You come back from your AFK rail travel and you are exactly where you had intended to be, and you can then send yourself wherever you need to go from there. And there's no tricks to this. There's no redstone underneath. You just make the little circle, and then it can be kind of fiddly with the switches to build it properly. Like if I take the switch away, I think it wants to automatically connect up with stuff. Yeah. But then you put the switch down and you flip them both on, and it forces the rail to connect like you just saw it connected there. Nope, of course not going to work now. Of course it's not going to work. I said it was fiddly. So you get them connected up. There we go. Now it's working. Yeah. You got to build the circle first. And then here's the next monster we're going to look at, because that was the stop and go, the station, and this is the four-way exchange. It's exactly the same principle as that one, only you end up in this slightly larger middle area, and then you can choose for yourself which way you want to go. I want to go this way. And then it's always nice to close up the loop behind you after you leave. It's not the end of the world if you don't, obviously. But yeah, isn't this easy? You just make the circle first, connect up 4 railways, and away you go. And if you have to connect more than 4, man, just, I don't know, build 2 of these things, I guess. Because this closed loop is just the simplest feature to use for this purpose. There are many, many other designs out there, but this is the simplest one that I've used in the past with great success. And you know, any old dummy will be able to figure his way out of this one, even if he has no idea about redstone. It's, you just flip the switch, and the switch nearest where you want to go is the switch that you have to flip. Anybody could do it. Easy peasy. No redstone knowledge involved. Just copy this design. Alright, here's another easy peasy one that most people are already familiar with. I just wanted to rehash the auto furnace everyone can do. Hopper pointing to the top. Make sure you hold shift and click the back of the furnace so that it's feeding in, and then feed out through the bottom into a chest. Or you can feed straight down into a chest, however you prefer. This feature that I'm showing back here, this lever can lock this hopper so that you can retrieve your experience from here, because the furnace remembers how many pieces of chicken were cooked in the past. So let's say you've had this thing going for like 2 years. You cooked a bazillion pieces of chicken. There's untold treasure troves of experience in this furnace. So you lock the hopper and you pull it out and cha-ching, get your experience. And then you want to return it to normal operation, just unlock the hopper. Pretty cool. That one little feature back there is something that I haven't seen anybody else talking about, so I don't know. I'm probably not the first person to think of that, obviously. It's the internet after all. Nothing new under the sun. And it's quote-unquote tileable, this thing, so you can just make it as long as you want. Stick some rails on top. Put a minecart chest in there with nothing in it. Okay, fine, nothing in it. Put another minecart chest in the back with some coal, and these things will, you flip the switches, they go fill up your furnaces. This thing just goes gangbusters. So yeah, I put some chicken in there, put some coal in there. We just turn them on, away they go. Start feeding into these furnaces. Oh yeah, I've got the hoppers locked back here. Lock the hoppers, away they go. Everything's automatically cooking in here, and those things go back and forth. So you can make this as long as you like, but eventually the minecart will slow down and stop altogether if you can't figure out how to power this redstone. What I've seen in the past is you go for the length of, I think it's 16 or so, or maybe, no, it's probably only 14. Go for the length of about 14, then you have it make a turn, and then go another bank this way, so you only have one area where you have to feed a big, huge, long array of furnaces. And that, in a nutshell, is how, other YouTubers that you've seen build these big things. This is all they're doing. Like, it's not anything more complicated than this device right here. It's just 3 hoppers. They just happen to have like this big, huge plan of making it fully automated with minecarts and stuff. So we might return to this later and see how you might be able to make one with 30 furnaces, for instance. We might come back to this later. This is definitely the most bare bones, like super smelter. That's what they call them. Bare bones super smelter that you can make. Okay, and then since we talked about that thing being tileable, wanted to show you the storage system. Everybody's seen storage systems, right? And this is the most common storage system that I've seen. The sorting system, I guess I should say sorting. It's not necessarily any better at storing things than anything else. This is the most common sorting system I've seen. Mumbo Jumbo in particular is famous for using this one, and fly around. It's one block wide and is quote unquote tileable. It uses a comparator and a repeater and 2 drops of redstone. And see the way the hoppers are facing? The hopper has to face towards the comparator, and then this hopper obviously has to face into the chest. And then below the last hopper is this little happy redstone torch, and that's the whole setup. And the way this works is that the comparator detects how much is in this hopper, and when it's sufficient strength to light up this redstone, then this one gets happy and turns off this torch. It's like a circle, and it's all depending on what's going on inside this hopper right here. So inside the hopper you have to have filters. You just name any old item, doesn't matter. It could be, you know, cobblestone or what have you. It doesn't have to be named filter. You just rename it, you know, Bob or whatever. And you want to fill up these 4 spots on the right, because in a hopper it will always draw from this leftmost spot first. So you fill up these 4 spots on the right, and then you add whatever you want to sort in the leftmost spot, and they all just come. When it gets full like this 18 is a significant number, because any quantity greater than 18 will make this redstone dust one strength of signal more powerful, and it'll go this far, which will, you know, turn on the whole cycle and allow the dandelions or whatever you're filtering to begin to fall down into this hopper. Because the moment this torch goes off, this hopper is no longer locked, and that's what allows the dandelions to come through. Now this little part here at the top, all these hoppers are facing towards the left. They just have to be connected up to each other, and then whatever gets thrown on the top here gets filtered out by the song system. And you could literally throw anything in here and it would only let what you've already set up filters for come through. Anything else that hadn't been planned for would eventually just make its way down the line on the top here, and you'd have to have some sort of collection or destruction system set up to get rid of the stuff in the top hoppers that hadn't been filtered out. I usually just have like a bunch of chests that get stuff at the end like completely unfiltered, so anything that ends up in the hopper line eventually ends up at the last chest. But yeah, this is the big fancy sorting system that everybody is envious of. If you can find the iron to make a bazillion hoppers, that's the main thing. If you can find that iron, then you can make the same system yourself. It's really not that complicated. Once you make this tileable example for yourself and just copy the same thing over and over again, it's very doable. Especially if you set it up in like chunks of 5. Imagine a large room and you got like a pillar here, a chunk of 5, pillar, chunk of 5, something like that. That way it breaks up the monotony and you're not just staring at this mesmerizing wall of chests. Anyway, so those are 2 basic redstone designs that I thought I'd share with you. Anybody with questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you, see if I can clarify further. And then it occurred to me that I didn't know off the top of my head what dispensers were capable of. I mean, I knew they could do all kinds of stuff, like, what is this? Oh yeah, shulker boxes placed in the world. Kabang, right? Pretty cool. They could place minecarts, yeah. They can place boats, and it doesn't care how many boats are already there, it just keeps placing them. That's pretty cool. Minecarts too, I think, yeah. The minecarts start crashing into each other, of course. It can, oh good, yes, that's what I wanted. And that will just be Ghost Boat. All hail Ghost Boat. It can, what are you? Oh, no. No. It could do that, which obviously that's one of the more important functions of a dispenser. It can ruin Redstone Butte in one fell swoop. What was this supposed to be? Oh, I bet this was the water dispenser. Now it can place source blocks of water in the world. Oh, okay. A momentary loss of function. Yes, it can put the water out there, it can take the water away. It can do the same thing with lava. But since we've already blown things up, let's not do lava again. And what else can I do? Oh yeah, it blew up my armor stand. Rats. if you have someone that's not wearing clothes, or you have an armor stand, it can clothe the armor stand or clothe the player. And this has been used to prank people by giving them junky stuff with cursive binding on. This is how you force somebody to wear something, by building a dispenser next to them and then clothing them with the dispenser. And this is the automatic iron golem maker. We saw the disastrous results of making a bunch of snow golems the other day, but old iron golem here, he's fine. Now there's an iron golem to hang out with the llamas and the creeper face over here. But yeah, you could build yourself a whole wall of these pre-built, and then, you know, unwanted guests come around, you just automatically start building a bunch of defenders that just pop out of the wall. You could even make it look like it was just a wall, and then the wall turns into a bunch of defenders. That would be a fun base option. And here is an example of some of the Redstone kitchen devices that I've thought of. This is a microwave that works. I wish it would make a buzzing noise. There's just it's not enough electrical noises in Minecraft, considering they've got redstone. Yeah, after it's done, chicken's done. Light comes on, light goes off, chicken comes out. And that's just a combination of a couple of things in the back. I won't go into too much detail, but this block gets pulled away and this block gets pushed forward. That's all there is to it. And then there's a dispenser under the carpet. Yep, and up here we have grab some chicken leftovers out of the fridge. That's just a dispenser on bottom. There's no redstone wiring here at all. The lever is just sending the signal through the block of iron that simultaneously opens the door and it activates the dispenser. That's all there is to it. And here we have dispenser that shoots out some water, and that's a prismarine on an item frame next to a tripwire hook. And just a little iron trapdoor. So there you have a kitchen. And yeah, I've droned on and bored you for long enough. I'll just hang out here in my cozy kitchen, take a screenshot, and call it a day. Thanks, guys.